What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 87, I think it is. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that it's 87. I'm not entirely sure, but it's another episode of Career Mode anyway. And yes, today, guys, it is, of course, the Euro 2016 final here. Belgium against Italy. And, of course, in the last international tournament we did, we got to the semi-finals. That was 2014, Brazil 2014 in the World Cup. We got to the semi-finals and we lost to Spain on penalties. So there was heartbreak in that tournament, and heartache, I should say, in that tournament. But now we're in the final here and we're taking on Italy, and I'm very confident, and the squad seems fine. I don't think we're going to need to change any of those teams, despite a couple of those looking a little bit... What? Are they all out of form? How is that possible? I want to go back and see this. They're all out of... What? What? Are you serious? We're in the final. We've been amazing. What is wrong with you, EA? Jesus, how can they be all out of form? That's ridiculous. Anyway, we're into the Euro 2016 final, and for some reason we don't deserve to be here. That's ridiculous. But yeah, we're in the Euro 2016 final here. We are taking on Italy, and as per usual, it is a live commentary, and we do have some questions to answer. So as per usual, guys, if you've been following me on Twitter, I always tweet out when I'm about to do a live commentary. So if you do want to get involved, if you don't follow me on Twitter and you do want to get involved in these videos, then feel free to follow me on Twitter. All my social media stuff is in the description. You know, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Pinterest, Google+, some social networking site that's not been invented yet. No, everything's in the description, so open it up. And on Twitter, I've always said Twitter is literally the best social media site you should follow me on, because I always post when I'm uploading, so you never miss a video. I repost it later on during the day, so even if you did miss the initial tweet, you can see it again. And I also don't tweet like 100 times a day, so it's recommended you follow me on Twitter. Really, it is at @DocLanders if you don't want to click on the link. And yeah, there you go. So it's recommended you follow me on Twitter. And as per usual, I've got some questions for this live commentary, so thank you for everyone that submitted a question. If I don't get around to yours, I do apologise, but hopefully we'll get around to as many as possible. And this video will be good for you guys, so there you go. I also know by the time this video goes up, it will be like, what, Tuesday? Maybe Tuesday of... the next week for me. It's Thursday night for me, Thursday the 28th, so I'd imagine it'll be up on Tuesday next week. So next gen footage is all over YouTube. So once again, guys, like, I highly doubt the PS4 is in my hands and I've got the capability to upload videos of next gen footage yet. So as per usual, I just want to say, like, I can't thank you guys enough for the support on my channel. I mean, with the next gen footage all over YouTube, you know, the fact that people are still watching this series, I mean, it means, you know, so much to me. I wouldn't say it's the best thing that's ever happened to me on YouTube, but it's definitely up there, because it shows that it doesn't matter about the console, it matters about how good the series is. So clearly I'm doing something right. So thank you very much for continuing to watch, and if you want to leave a like and really help me out, that really does help me out, and it's much appreciated, as we go on a run with Hazard and lose the ball with a terrible piece of dribble in. And I'm going to get to questions in just a moment. So it's so annoying whenever I need to look at the questions or whatever, like, the ball never goes out of play. It takes like 20 minutes, and obviously my computer screen's in the different directions to the TV. So okay, let's just quickly dribble and go into my favourites list quickly. There we go. Okay, so as soon as the ball goes out, I can officially... There we go. Okay, so the first question comes from well, where are we? Okay, the first question comes from, oh goodness, it's Joe LFC 15 anyway, and we'll get to it in just a moment. That's a foul, thank you. And he says, God, messed up the first question. Does society encourage stereotypes, or is it the media? I think it's both. I think the answer to that question is both. You know, you see TV programs and films that have a real negative view of certain stereotypes. You know, for example, if there's a gay character on a TV show, he may be flamboyantly sort of girlish, and that's a stereotype which seems to be for most gay characters on TV and films and stuff. Obviously not for all of them, but you know, it's up there. But the media do as well, because the media intentionally tend to highlight. I brushed on this kind of thing in my last live commentary about the media's attention being focused on negative stuff, and the media do the same thing as well with stereotypes. You know, they never look at, you know, what could be classified as possibly a good stereotype, if there is such a thing, but they intentionally highlight the negatives, and I think it's a case of both, to be honest. So it's yeah, I'd say it's both, to be honest. And the next question comes from Jake Middleton, and he says, inspiration that inspired you to do YouTube. So my inspiration for YouTube would have been the Rad Brad and Dunkus. I've mentioned this quite a few times now, but the Rad Brad, who's a YouTuber who you should all know about, he's absolutely awesome. I subbed to him so long ago, man. It's been so great for me to watch his growth, because I've been a massive fan. And the Rad Brad and Dunkus, because as I said, you know, there was a time back in sixth form where I was always miserable, and sometimes I'd come home from school and be extra miserable. I'd turn on my computer, I'd watch YouTube videos, and I'd be cheered up a little bit. Those two are my favourite YouTubers back then, back in like 2009, 2010, and yeah, I always thought to myself, because they cheer me up, you know, they must cheer up thousands of other kids as well, obviously. If I ever get the chance to be on YouTube and do what they do, I'll be so happy knowing I'm helping people sort of improve their mood, if that makes sense. And that's, as I always said, that's my primary objective on YouTube. That's why I continue to do it. That's why I started doing it, and I'd say they're my inspiration. The first FIFA YouTubers that I watched and thought it would be cool to possibly do the same thing one day down the line were Wee Peeler and H. Jerpstuff, and I'm still a massive fan of both. The next question comes from Brian, is that Coughlin? I'm not sure. He says, possible January transfers to the Premier League teams. I don't really want to talk about this too much, because I know that if you start talking about football on your channel, you will get classified as someone that is biased or doesn't know a single thing, so I don't really want to talk about that. All I'll say is I do expect Chelsea to move for a striker. I really don't want it to be. I don't think it will be Falcao or Cavani. A lot of people think that Falcao is going to leave Monaco in January and go to Chelsea. I don't see that happening. I don't see Cavani leaving PSG as well. It's not like they're getting underused or playing badly. So I don't see those two transfers happening. But I still think Chelsea might go for a striker in January. You know, I really hope not, because as I've said, I'm a big fan of Lukaku, and I think as soon as that happens, you know, if Chelsea do buy a new striker and they don't replace, you know, they don't buy him or replace one of the ones they've got already, like Torres or Bar, I reckon that will be Lukaku's career at Chelsea finish, which for me will be quite good, because I hate Chelsea, but, or I should say I don't like Chelsea very much, but yeah, I'd expect Chelsea to move for a striker, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, possibly, I wouldn't be surprised actually if they did. I was going to say, I wouldn't be too surprised if they actually made a bid for Suarez. It's unlikely. I know it's very unlikely, considering, well, let's just say the Ivanovic incident, and that's amongst other things. But I still wouldn't be too surprised to see Mourinho put in a cheeky bid for Suarez. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, the next question comes from Ben. Again, not sure if this is how do you pronounce your second name, but is it Spowett? He says, what has been the best FIFA? For me, the best FIFA is FIFA 11. Absolutely loved that game. It was unbelievable. It really was. I loved the skills on that game. I just loved everything about it. I think FIFA 11 to me is probably my favourite FIFA. It's a free header. That's terrible. Why? Did you hear me? If you heard that in the mic, you could hear me tap in the square button, and Company just leaves it. Yeah, I'd say FIFA 11. I just absolutely loved that game, man. That was really awesome. And the next question comes from, when I get to it, oh dear, snivelling so much at the moment. I've had this cold for like a month, and it's not going away. It's ridiculous. The next question eventually comes from, oh, okay, this is a good one. It comes from a guy called Anthony Brown, and he says, well, I'll get to it in a minute, but I know what it's about. It's about PS4 and the fact I've been reluctant to ask for donations. Wow, I can't believe you kept that one on. I thought it went out. Come on, Bakali, you've got pace. You've got miles more pace than David Santon. Come on, De Bruyne. Don't run away, Lukaku. Where's Benteke? Oh, it's going to come to Bakali. Surely! Oh, no, what a save! What a save by Sirigu. Why can't you do that in my Ultimate Team series? That was an amazing stop. Oh dear. It comes from Anthony Brown, and he says, I reckon if you explain why you don't want donations to buy a PS4, that would be cool. The reason I don't want donations, I was going to do a separate video on this, but I guess I'll talk about it here briefly. The reason I don't want to do donations is because in the YouTube community and in the FIFA community, if you put the emphasis on money, then you're automatically branded as a money whore, you know, and I just don't want that, to be honest. You know, at the end of the day, my channel has always been about myself, you know, and just quite frankly, just myself and nothing else. You know, for example, I don't network, I don't promote anything, you know, I don't do coin sellers and so on. I don't network with people. It's just all been about my content and all been about just accumulating everything on my own, you know. And I think if I was to get donations, it would take the sparkle away. Like, I know there are so many people that enjoy watching my content, and one of the reasons is because it's all me. Do you know what I mean? It's all me. There's no promotion, there's no networking kind of thing, and that's why a lot of people enjoy my content. I know not everyone, but a lot of people are sub to me because of that. And I think if I was to start getting stuff done for me, then it would sort of make my channel a little bit less, what's the word, less not reputable, because there's nothing wrong with asking for donations at all, you know, when you're in a bad financial situation such as myself. But I guess it just wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't match my kind of personality, you know, and the community wouldn't look upon it very nicely as well either. You know, if people were to see that, you know, my subscribers were helping me buy, you know, software or hardware, whatever it could be, then I don't think it would look very good in the community, and I don't really want that, you know. So that's why I don't do donations for the PS4, and I'm not really playing well in this game either. This could be 2-0 if I don't clear this properly. Oh, there we go. So yeah, hopefully that explains that. As I said, I'm not, you know, against the idea of donations or anything. It's just it doesn't really fit with my personality, you know. So there's a chance on the counter. I don't really know where I'm going. Come on, De Bruyne. Keep hold of it. Out wide. Benteke. Who's that? Is it Commander? Oh, why aren't you running, Commander? Why did you stop your run? Benteke crossing it towards De Bruyne. Should have been the other way round, but Sirigu saves it. That should be it for half time now. The next question comes from the Mighty Geordie, and he says, is it going to be half time? Yes, it is. How do you keep your mind off things that will stop you from succeeding in life? How do you keep your mind off things that will stop you from succeeding in life? I'm not sure. I think, you know, I did a video quite similar to this on my second channel, and if I remember, I'll leave a link to it. My second channel is on my channel page, by the way. If you want to subscribe to it, I did a video on it on that channel, and I said, you know, it's all to do with the hobby. You know, I mean, I've always said, like, hobbies keep your mind off real bad stuff. You know, as I said in that video, you know. So I think keeping your mind off stuff that would stop you from succeeding, I think you just need to get yourself a hobby, really. I mean, that sounds really patronising and really obvious, but oh, he's through. Oh, how have I missed? He's been a player of the tournament. How have I missed that? It's all to do with this bad form stuff, I'm sure. Yeah, I guess you just got to get yourself a hobby, something that takes up your thinking time, you know, and because it's true, if you have more free time, you're going to overthink things, and in the last live commentary, I talked about overthinking, and usually it's negative, so I guess my answer to that would be, you know, getting a hobby would really help. The next question, oh wow, I didn't realise I did that quickly. The next question comes from a guy called Matt in the Hat, anyway, which is surprising, because I didn't realise the cat in the hat was called Matt, but there you go. A little bit of a joke there, if no one got that. Come on, Bakali. I don't really want to cross this ball in towards Lukaku or Benteke or whoever it is, but I need to get a goal. And oh, it's up in the air. I don't always want to score cross and head goals with this team, because although the team is kind of set up to do that with fast wingers and two big strong strikers, it must get kind of repetitive after a while. Oh, Lukaku, I want you in the box, not down the wing. That's not cleared very well. That's not cleared at all very well. And that's a terrible pass to Brana. And it comes from Matt in the Hat, and he says, have you noticed any change in the amount of views you get since the next gen consoles came out? Yeah, I have. Actually, I spoke about this at the start of the video, didn't I? Oh wow, that is a terrible kick out. Yeah, the view count has gone down. You know, not drastically to the point I'm only getting like 100 views a video, but it has started to go down quite a bit. And it's really frustrating because there's not much I can do about that at the moment. But it's still quite frustrating. This should be. Oh, he's just head the ball. You can hear me calling for it for the header. Come on now. Yeah, the view count has gone down a little bit. There's not much you can do about that though, you know. So I guess you just got to take the rough with the smooth. And hopefully by the time I get the PS4 and by the time I start uploading, I will still have enough of an influence to start picking the views back up again. So there you go. Mesh, or the Young Mesh, says, favourite TV shows and movies growing up. You know, I was a kid that wasn't really sort of raised on, you know, TV like a lot of kids are nowadays. I was a very active kid. you know, like a lot of kids sort of get home from school and, you know, regardless of the age, just sit in front of a TV or whatever. I never really did that. I was always really active. I'd barely ever watch TV, to be honest. But you know, I'm not sure really. I mean, I like the usual stuff, you know, but I'm not sure. I don't know really. I can't think of any TV shows I really watched as a kid. Maybe Power Rangers. That's all I can think of, to be honest. As for favourite movies, there's only really one I can think of from childhood, and that was Space Jam. Possibly the greatest movie of all time, so yeah, Space Jam was awesome. Oh, it's a lovely interchange. Do I really want to cross it again? I need a goal, though. And there it is. Oh my god, are you serious? How is Sirigu this good in career mode? In Ultimate Team, he's just not doing it for me. It's up in the air. Come on, Vamana, get that. Junior Malanda. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. I mean, that wasn't that hard of a save, but even so, he's saving everything. That's yours, Benteke. Oh, finally. Finally, we get the better of Sirigu. And Hazard goes flying. Gee, that took ages. So many good saves. The next question comes from Arib. And he says, apologies if I get your name pronounced wrong, by the way. He says, why do you think loyalty from footballers in general seems to be lost in this current time period? I don't think it's lost. I think it's just that there are more clubs that can offer more than they used to be able to. Oh, that's a great save, Courtois. Nowadays, you know, I mean, I think that's a very, very hard explanation. I don't think that was explained very well. What I'm trying to say is that more clubs are more powerful these days, and therefore moving clubs is no longer a sort of a luxury, if you will. Oh no! Oh god! Oh my goodness! Balotelli off the bench scored. I think that, you know, more clubs are more powerful, and therefore it's not just a luxury to find a big club and a big powerful club, whether it be financially or, you know, just ability-wise, to be interested in you, you know. And therefore loyalty is going to be a lot harder, because it's not like, you know, you sign for, you know, let's just say Manchester United and your career is made. No, you could there's a ton of other clubs that, you know, could be interested in you, and I wouldn't say it's a case of financially the game just being ruined because of, you know, powerful clubs such as PSG and Monaco, if you will, in recent times getting brought. But oh, thank God, what a great finish as well, Benteke. Definitely going to try and pick him up in the summer. I can't pick the ball up. So yeah, I guess it's just a case of there's more clubs nowadays that can offer you really, really good deals, either financially or you know, just for a club that could offer success, you know. But I don't know, it's a difficult question. As I said, it's, you know, obviously financially there are a lot of teams that would just offer you a lot of money and that'll do for you, you know, but there you go. But I think that's always been around, to be honest. Dan John Moore says, are there any other sports you watch, and if so, who do you support following them? Yeah, I watch basketball quite a lot. I watch basketball. I used to watch basketball a lot more when my when my sleeping pattern was set to hibernation mode, but, you know, quite lately I've been good at sort of getting up early in the morning, and therefore haven't been had the time to watch it on an American time zone. But I've always been into basketball, you know, ever since a young age, and I've always been into basketball. I don't really have a team in the NBA though, you know. I mean, I like the Milwaukee Bucks, but I don't really have a team, you know. I don't really have a team at all. I like the Knicks as well, but I wouldn't say I have a team at all in the NBA. I don't watch it enough to have a team either. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like a devoted fan. If I was someone that actually got up in the early hours of the morning to watch, like I've got a few people I follow on Twitter who I know from forums who are NFL fans. I've got like 3 or 4 NFL fans, and they're really good hardcore NFL fans. They'll wake up in the morning to watch their team's games. They'll, you know, stay up late to watch the games. They're really hardcore fans. I'm not like that, you know. I watch the highlights in the morning, but I'll never sort of stay up anymore unless I've got nothing to do the next day at all. But yeah, I mean, I'm not hardcore enough of an NBA fan to have a team or to justify having a team. But yeah, I do like basketball. I'd say that's my second sport. I used to be into like every single sport under the sun, but that sort of faded away. I used to really like rugby league. Used to like St Helens. But yeah, I've never really had an NBA team. But that would be my second sport, and probably the only sport right now I do follow. I used to like boxing as well, but again, boxing just became so unfun, you know, like so tedious. Not tedious in the sense that after like 3 rounds I get bored, but just the sense that it's, I don't know how to explain it really, but there you go. I'm trying to get myself a shooting opportunity with Lukaku here, and he could get it here. Oh, that's a great challenge. I think this game's going to go to extra time. This is such a difficult one. That's a shocking shot. And I'm running out of questions as well. This is worrying. I've only got 2 left. That's not good. So maybe I do need to score a 3rd goal ASAP. Next question comes from Mesh, or the young Mesh again. And eventually I'll get round to his question when I get time, because I don't want to take my eyes off the screen and then next thing I know Italy will score the 3rd goal and they're going to win the World Cup. Sorry, the Euros. I really like this Belgium side as well. Oh god, oh, that's a great challenge, company. Anyway, he says, oh god, I'm going to wait for a break in play, because what I do, I just don't want to take my eyes off the screen and miss something. Hazard from range. Oh, that's a good save, Sirigi. Oh, okay, I can't answer that question because that was a repeat of the first one. Generally speaking, is religion healthy in the sense that does it stop people living how they want to? No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I mean, I don't really want to talk about religion too much because I'm sure I might offend quite a few people. As people should know, I'm agnostic. I'm not an atheist. I don't, you know, believe there is no God or no kind of spiritual whatever. The same way I'm not religious in the fact I do believe. I'm just open to the concept of both, and I'm just happy to not pick a side. Because that's one of the things I can't stand about atheists, you know, just the idea that they would constantly continue to just make someone as well. I wouldn't say that's every atheist, that's just militant atheists such as Ricky Gervais, but there you go. Yeah, I'm not an atheist the same way I'm not religious, but as far as I'm aware, being religious does not stop you from living the way you want to at all, you know. I mean, as I've said before, I know people that are religious that have sort of non-religious personalities, if you will, you know. I know people that believe in God, yet they never go to church. They have no intention to do that. And the same way I have people that are devout religious people. I know someone that's a lesbian who's a Christian. And I also know someone that's a male to female trans woman, and she is a devout Roman Catholic. So, you know, and it hasn't stopped them with their, you know, sexuality side or gender side, if you will. The concept that you know you have to be one or the other of that, by the way, I know it's not the question, but it's just ridiculous, and that kind of does theme to the question, because, you know, being religious does not stop you from being, you know, who you want to be or who you are. The same way it doesn't actually change your personality, you know. I mean, it doesn't sort of change. I know it'll go to extra time, just haven't been very good in this game. It doesn't change your sort of your whole lifestyle, you know. If someone was to suddenly become religious, they're not going to be, you know, praying every single day and going to church on every single Sunday. You know, it doesn't work that way, you know. So I wouldn't say it's, you know, it stops people from living how they want to at all, to be honest. I mean, you can cherry pick, you know, you can believe in God and never go to church or anything, you know. At the end of the day, that's something not a lot of people understand. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you have to adhere to every single Christian policy. You know, that's what I've meant to say. That's pretty much how it is. You don't have to at all. You know, you're not going to be a bad person in the eyes of God just because you don't go to church or anything. It doesn't work that way. You know, it's all to do with how you what you believe in, and what belief and what policies you want to adhere to and take on yourself. So it doesn't stop you at all. It's ultimately your choice. You know, so I would say no to that question. Oh, and I just got another question. That's great. It comes from a guy whose name I can't pronounce, and it says, do you think that AVB will get sacked in January or at the end of the season? And I don't think so at all. I really don't think that's going to happen at all. You know, I think Daniel Levy will stick by him. I think Levy's a very, very smart businessman, and I think he's a very, very... Daniel Levy's the chairman of Spurs, by the way. I think he's a very, very smart businessman, and I think he knows that in AVB he has a quality manager. You know, I know that I am a bit biased to AVB, I can't lie on that sense, but I think he's got a quality manager, a very, very good young manager with a lot of potential, and I don't think he's silly enough to sack him after, what's it going to be, 2 seasons? 3 seasons? I think it's 2 seasons in the job. He's not going to sack him for that. No, last season was his last season, wasn't it? Yeah, his first season, sorry. So, yeah, it'll be 2 seasons at the end of this one. So, yeah, he's not going to sack him after 1.5 or 2 years in a job. He's going to stick by him because he's a good manager, AVB, you know. I mean, I think his sacking at Chelsea was unbelievably harsh. His appointment at Spurs seemed like a great appointment, and he hasn't done bad at Spurs. That's the thing. The thing is, people are criticizing AVB, but he hasn't really done much wrong, has he? I mean, at the end of the day, he failed to get them into the Champions League last year. I do know that, but let's be honest, with the teams around him, that's always going to be such a difficult such a difficult ask for Spurs. Regardless of how strong their squad is, with or without Gareth Bale. He's not doing badly. I mean, tonight they just beat Tromsø, I think that's how you pronounce them, in the Europa League. So they're through to the knockout stages, and I think they've topped the group as well. It's not like he's doing badly, so... oh my goodness gracious me, this is a battle of the goalkeepers. What a save. It's not like he's doing badly, it's just that people are buying into this. I brushed on it briefly in the last live commentary as well. People are buying into this loss against Man City way too much. They're putting so much emphasis on it, and it's just stupid. It's not like no team before has ever got thrashed by another brilliant team. It's not like no team has ever gone to the Etihad before and not got thrashed. Look at United this season, for example. They lost 4-1? I think it was 4-1. No one was saying David Moyes is going to get the sack in January after that result. Of course they won't, because people understand that it's just one result. When City thrashed United a few years ago at Old Trafford 6-1, people weren't saying Fergie's going to get the sack or whatever. At the end of the day, people are being just too... It's all to do with this result. If Spurs didn't lose 6-0 to City last weekend, then people wouldn't be saying this sort of thing, I mean, yeah, so what? They've spent a lot of money, but they also got a lot of money, They spent, what was it, 110 million? But they got 100 million for Bale, At the end of the day, people are just being, way too critical, and they just need to relax, It's a project. This Spurs side is a project, and people need to understand that, I'm sure if I have anyone that follows me that, is old enough to look past the fact that instant success isn't something that happens to every single club, then they'll understand that it's just people are buying into this result and the fact that Spurs have bought so much money. They're putting way too much emphasis on it. They should be looking at the things such as the fact that the average age of the squad is young. They've got a lot of potential, a lot of room to develop, and AVB as a manager has got a lot of room to develop as well. So I think that people are being a bit too harsh about AVB and Spurs, and as I said, I don't think they'll finish in the top 4. Excuse me. I still believe that... Oh, Bacardi's got to go off. I still believe that it'll be... who do I... I've only made 2 changes. I should really make a 3rd one. I think I might change to a 4... Yeah, I'm not really sure, because it's a difficult last few minutes here, because I'm not sure what formation to go. Or do I stick with what we've got? Because I don't want to lose Lukaku and Benteke, but this is difficult. This is actually a really difficult choice. I think I may stick with a 4-1-2-1-2, but take off Cavanda, because Vertonghen plays left back anyway. Take off Cavanda. Difficult choice, this. Sometimes I like to put the wingers at full back, so I might put Hazard at right back. It's difficult. Or possibly change Vermaelen for Malanda, because he can play centre back, and have Vermaelen for Fellaini, because he's got height, and we've scored a couple of goals for Fellaini in this tournament. Yep, I think we're going to do that. It's not an attacking move, but we'll have some height from the corners, and that could help. So yeah, what's talking about? AVB? Yeah, I mean, AVB and Spurs will be fine. I still believe it will be the same top 4 as last year. That will be obviously Arsenal, City, Chelsea and United. I know a lot of people don't believe United will get there, but I still think they'll be perfectly fine. If I was to put money on it now, I'd probably say Chelsea to top the league and then have it as Arsenal, City and then Manchester United, but we'll see. I still believe that will be the same top 4, but I mean, before the season started, even when Spurs had Gareth Bale, even when they didn't invest heavily in the squad, even when they didn't lose 6-0 to Man City, I still didn't believe they'd get to the top 4, and I don't think a lot of people did either. So people are now bringing up this, people are now bringing up the fact that AVB is apparently underperforming after this 6-0 result, just because of this 6-0 result and the fact that they're emphasising about how much they've spent. They're fine, they're perfectly fine. Just give them time to gel and they'll prove that. I still think they'll finish 5th, have another season in the Europa League, but I also think they may be able to claim a trophy this year, possibly the Europa League. So give them time, and I think they'll be okay. like I said, it's a project. You know, success doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day, and just give it time, and I'm sure they'll be perfectly fine. If he does get sacked in January, I'll look like a complete idiot, but I don't believe he will. I think Levy will be a right idiot if he sacks AVB in January. I really will. Because think about it, who else could he bring in that's going to turn the squad around and get him into the top 4? You know, no one. So, there you go. It's like it is with Fulham at the moment, you know. I mean, obviously this is being recorded on the Thursday for me, so if the result went bad for Fulham on the weekend, who knows, Martin Jol may be out of a job, but I was listening to the Sunday Supplement podcast a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago actually now, and they were talking about Martin Jol and the possibility of him getting sacked very soon, and the fact is they weren't saying, you know, should Martin Jol get the sack and why he should get the sack and that, because we all know that he's underperformed with Fulham, but they were saying who realistically can you bring in for Fulham that would turn their fortunes around, you know, and that's the point here with AVB. If Levy was to sack AVB, who realistically can they bring in that is going to turn Spurs into a top 4 club this season, you know, and it's about who they can bring in, not, you know, why they should get him replaced. So there you go. Got 2 minutes to go. This is going to penalties, I just know it. And of course we all know what happened last time we went to penalties with Belgium. I've got no more questions to answer, by the way, so I'll just sit here and, you know, talk about random stuff for the next 1 minute or however long we got in the game. Oh man, this is going to penalties. I do not fancy my chances whatsoever. Oh god, I'll take penalties if this cross comes in, because I know that Balotelli will get a head on it. Oh, that was a risky ball there. Come on, I've got one more chance. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Benteke. Fake shot, round us up. Yeah, come on. Who's that? Who's running. Come on, Benteke. I need to get this ball in the box, but Benteke's not in there, so I don't want to give it to a small player coming forward. Fellaini. Oh, who's that on the edge? Dembele. Oh, that's a terrible. What was I doing there? Quick, last chance for Tongan. There's got to be someone in the box. Someone get your on that. Oh, it's over the bar. It's over the bar. Penalties it is. Penalties it is. 4 goals in the final, so not too bad, but I'm not really fancying my chances in penalties. I'm very, very pessimistic here. I wish this was a live stream, so I could ask you guys where I should be going. Sirigu's been in great form in this game as well, so I'd imagine he'll make a couple of saves. Oh god, I'm not letting Vertonghen go anywhere near the penalties after what happened in the last one. Okay, we ain't got too many great penalty takers either. Take the first 3 out and we're screwed really. They've got great penalty takers. Look at theirs. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Hazard first. I'm going to go to the right. Top corner. Oh, it's a lovely penalty. Lovely penalty. Come on. Balotelli. I think he might chip it. Oh my god, I'm a G. How did I call that? I just knew he'd do it. I might go to the same corner because keepers don't always. Actually, I might go down the middle because he stayed down the middle. Oh no, no! This is why I barely go down the middle, because when the keeper saves it, it just looks terrible. Oh, it's a great chance for him to level it now. And he does, straight down the middle. Oh god. I'll go to the left this time. Try and curl it into the bottom corner. And he sends Sirigu the wrong way. 3-1. Come on, this is the chance now. Marquisio. I'm going to go to the same place I went last time. To my right and Courtois' left. Oh wow. That's one of the worst penalties you'll ever see. Come on Dembele. Let's go top right. Smash it in there. Yes. Now we've got the chance to win it now. The chance to win it. Who is it? Oh, it's El Shaarawy. I can tell by the hair. El Shaarawy. This is it now, Courtois. Come on. To book your place in Belgian football history. He doesn't do it. That was a good penalty, but this is Company, I think. Our captain. Shall I go down the middle? I want to go down the middle just because I know it'll look good if it comes off. Just do a chip, but if it doesn't come off, I'll look like an idiot, especially if I go on to lose it. I don't have the confidence on the chip, so I'm going to smash it to the left. And it's saved! I should have chipped it! I should have chipped it! Oh god, I think they've got a chance to win it now. I think if they score this, they can win it. Oh no, they've got to score it to stay in. Okay, fair enough. Oh, he sent me the wrong way. Oh god damn. I've let this slip through my fingers. Fellaini, I've had so many chances to win this shootout. Fellaini. Yes, send Sirigu the wrong way. This is going to go down to the goalkeepers. Oh, this is such a tense shootout here. Come on, Courtois, you can do this one. I'm going to stay down the middle for this one. Look at the stamina. How is he going to walk up to the ball? Stay down the middle. Oh! I was thinking about changing my mind then. I should have done. Okay, go to the top right, Bruno. Yes, send Sirigu the wrong way. This is such a long shootout. I never run this long on my channel. Come on now, we had so many chances to win this shootout. I'm gonna go to the left. Oh god! When I don't stay down the middle, it goes down the middle. Oh god, I don't know what to do for this one. Top right, Vertonghen. Send Sirigu the wrong way. Come on, just about keeping my nerve. This is so goddamn nervy. Is this? Who's this? Oh, Di Sigillo. Saved it! Courtois saves it. Fantastic. So it doesn't go down to the goalkeepers like I thought it would. Brilliant. Courtois saves it, and we win the Euros. Oh my goodness. Man, that was tough. I think that's the longest penalty shootout I've done on YouTube. So wow, I can't believe I won that. After we missed like 3 chances to win it, I thought Italy were going to go on and win it. But no, we win the Euro 2016. So it's our first international trophy won with Belgium. That is fantastic news for us. That was really, really difficult, but I'm very pleased we've won it. So Euro 2016 has won. And yeah, I mean, I've got to say, that was a really difficult game. That was really, really balanced. I mean, that was really balanced. That was unbelievable. I'm sure you'll see on the match stats. I'm pretty sure that both teams had the same amount of shots. And probably on target as well, because that was really balanced. Sirigu was awesome. Courtois made a couple of great saves. And the penalties were great as well. So that was a very, very difficult final win. So I'm actually pleased with a difficult final win as well. Because sometimes when you win like 4 or 5-0, it's just kind of boring. You know, it's a bit of an anti-climax. So I really hope that was enjoyable for you guys. That was really, really tense for me. But Euro 2016 is won, and yeah, I'm very, very happy about that. So as per usual, guys, if you can leave a like on this video, that is much appreciated, and it really, really does help my channel out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, then just comment. Oh, look at how balanced that was. That was so balanced. Look at that. If you've watched all the way through, guys, why don't you comment completely balanced? Yeah, just put completely balanced. I forgot to ask you guys for comments in the last live comment. So yeah, if you watched all the way through, just put completely balanced, because that doesn't give anything away. And that was unbelievable. What a great final. So as per usual, guys, once again, a big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it, please, please, please do leave a like, because it really, really does help my channel out, and only takes a second. If you've watched all the way through, just put completely balanced, so I know how many of you guys watched all the way through. It's going to be a long video as well, so it would be great if you did watch all the way through. And yeah, I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.